Let's do this, Believe Nation. Time to go live. Time to bring some value, help you guys out. See if I can be as much of a resource as possible. Friday is my CEO day, so been doing all the important work and project to grow my business. Been switching up my Instagram strategies, so stay tuned. We're gonna have some new content coming up. My YouTube strategy, stay tuned. New stuff coming up. But I want to go live. Want to bring value. Let's see. I got genera 7T in the house. Let's see, genera 7T. Trying to bring some value, help some entrepreneurs. What's up, Angela? What's up, Mike? Angela did her IG live today. It was awesome with Yuka Mama. That was great. I love seeing it. I saw a chunk. And there he is.
That's right, Evan. So my name is John Fargo I. I am in Eugene, Oregon, and it is good to see you.
Yeah, man. Here we are. It's happening.
So thank you very much. I feel like I know you. It's the first time you're seeing me. Basically, the name that I go by entrepreneur-wise is John T. General. So the 7 at the end of general is, sounds like a L, and the T stands for it, which is my brand. I don't know if you can see that, but it starts out with the red.
Yeah.
So there's a business that's sex, and then there's orange. I have a business that's hockey, and then there's yellow, which is admin, and then there's green, which is my tree business. I've done that for over 10 years.
Okay. And
then blue is landscaping. I've done that for over 3 years.
Okay.
And then the teal colored one is supposed to be like indigo color, and that is the it, and that's the main one. And then I have culture is the last one. So it's like a rainbow, and nobody's going to talk me out of doing 7 businesses. Well, 6, because the yellow one is the CEO admin type thing. But I just wanted to say that I'm one of your fans. You've inspired me, and I wanted you to talk a little bit about belief, because I don't think it's ever anything that's, it's like a flow state. I suppose sometimes you can be totally convinced that you totally believe in yourself. But, it seems like it's always growing, too. So if you could talk about that, please, EC.
Yeah, so I think the struggle with belief is it's an ongoing thing. It's just what you are capable of continues to grow and grow and grow. So,
okay.
You said you're in the tree business for 20 years?
Yeah, over 10 years. They're potted trees. They're 7 foot tall. People rent them, and then we pick them up after New Year's, and they all get planted to grow old. So we've planted thousands of trees in Oregon, in 2 cities between Portland and Eugene. It's not a big thing. Nobody's ever heard of it because I've never tried to, really turn it into a business. But, you're talking to somebody who's got an economics degree and is, like an overthinker, introvert like yourself, trying to, know what I'm doing going forward. And then I've done the landscaping for 3 years now. And then a hockey league I ran for 1.5 years and made a little money at that. So,
okay. So if you're talking belief, right? Like if you think about when you first started doing landscaping 3 years ago, you didn't have as much belief in what you were doing as you do now.
Okay.
Right? Like you weren't sure how to quote somebody. You weren't sure how to.
I didn't know what I was doing at all. Yeah, I figured out the business model and everything after that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a lot more belief in it than you did 3 years ago. And so, but there's still other things that you don't believe in yourself enough for whatever the next version of the landscaping company is, or the 7 businesses that you have. And so the belief, the lack of belief, I think it's the biggest problem in the world. And it's a constant. You're just able to now take on bigger and bigger things. The things that used to be hard for you that you've now overcome, it's like, oh, that doesn't seem so hard anymore. I know how to do that inside out. I've been doing that for the past 3 years or 10 years. It's super easy. But this new thing is now really hard. So it's the constant battle to then say, I want to, at least for me, surround myself with the things that give me more belief, that make me feel more confident, that inspire me to do bigger, bolder, better things, which is my YouTube channel predominantly, right? I mean, I made my channel for me. I learned from these people. I want to have Elon Musk in my ear and Oprah in my ear and Steve Jobs in my ear, right? Like they force me to be bigger, to be more courageous, to be more bold. Whenever I think that I'm doing something big, I think about, you know, Elon Musk, and he's trying to have a backup plan for the planet. And then I realize, wow, I got to think bigger. I'm not thinking big, right? And yeah. I have a lot more belief than I did 10 years ago or 20 years ago or 3 months ago. But it's an ongoing battle to then constantly believe in the next version of yourself.
Awesome. Because I just sort of always was learning stuff. Like I have like 40 or 50 PDF files that I've downloaded because Facebook always gives you exactly what you're interested in. And then you click, you know, download, and you know, marketing's probably half of them. Okay. But at least, at least as a CEO, I'll know what pieces my business needs and maybe what course we should try out once I get a team and everything. So when you were starting, you had money and you had a real, like, how much experience did you have in, like, you said you wanted Elon Musk in your ear and Oprah in your ear. I mean, were you already, because one of my businesses, the culture business, is actually where I could do, or no, it's the IT business where I could actually do like coaching. You know, it's nice to have a scalable YouTube channel friendly business. And how much experience did you have personally with, you know, because I know that your empire, I haven't heard anybody else say that about you, but I just said it. Your empire is an empire. It's very broad. You do a lot of things. But as far as being a coach, how much were you consuming it before you decided that that's what EvanCarmichael.com was going to be?
So I started helping entrepreneurs before I started my YouTube channel, right? So I had my YouTube channel for 11 years. I started helping entrepreneurs way before that, maybe 17, 18 years ago. I just sold my business and I had no idea what I wanted to do next.
Okay, so you actually sort of started helping people as soon as you got the money and the confidence and the, you know, the I mean, you had to get a lot of belief from when you struck it rich, right?
Yeah, but now it's a new skill set, right? I mean, I had a software company. It was me and my two business partners, and basically just the three of us. And then we built it up and we sold it. And we almost went for capital. We didn't need it. We got acquired before we had to raise. And right. It was the three of us working from my business partner's apartment, and we had no money, and I was making $300 a month. And then we struggled, and then super quick we had success, and then we sold. So like all of
and then you decided that you got a shot of confidence, you got a shot of belief, and you just immediately started helping out entrepreneurs within a few weeks. Like,
I wish I had that foresight. I think other people can get there faster. For me, I actually was sad. I didn't want to sell my company. My two business partners wanted to sell more for personal reasons because they wanted to get to California. I'm based in Canada, so you can't just go and move to California. And so we got bought by a California company that then allowed them to get in and get their green cards, and they've been there ever since. I wanted to stick it out and keep building. So we sold the business, and I didn't know what to do next. I tried a whole bunch of stuff, John. I went from just saying yes to everything. And one of them was working with a venture capital company to helping them raise money for other businesses, mostly because I was just interested in learning how to raise capital. I never had to do it. And
well, you were just learning. So how long did it take before you actually had a person who would, you would send them links or whatever, and they would listen to you? How long? So you were learning during that phase.
Yeah, I was learning. I got invited to represent my country at an event, a worldwide event for entrepreneurship. Because I was 22, I sold my business. It was a young entrepreneur success story kind of thing. And so Canada took me to this world summit to speak to young entrepreneurs around the world. And that felt great. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. It was my very first,
so that's basically when it started. Yeah. Did you meet some contacts and network people there? Or?
I had some. That got me a gig in Brunei, which is in Asia, again, helping out entrepreneurs. And then I came back and I said, I really like this thing. I'm going to keep doing it. And I connected with my local YMCA, and I did my first event in my home of Toronto, Canada. And but 3 people showed up. It was a free event. And it took me a long time to scale it and grow it, mostly because I wasn't very good at it. I mean, it was my first time. I was super nervous. I didn't want to let people down. But it was just it was really fun. Of all the things I tried doing, helping out other entrepreneurs became really fun because I saw in them a younger me, and younger not necessarily age, but younger in terms of where they're at in their business. And I wanted
I got it. Well, let me ask. Yeah, let me ask you this. So I read part of your book. I'm going to buy and build Built to Serve someday, but I bought the digital copy of My One Word, and I'm just so broad with all the different things I do. I'm only on to like chapter 2. But I know you had a really hard time with your, I thought it was biotech, but I guess it was software.
No, it was biotech software. It was both.
Biotech software, okay. Yeah. And I know you actually did quit. But how much of it was fun? Because when I'm trying to do the hockey and the trees and the yard work, I'm energized. I can do amazing amounts of work, and people listen to me, and I can motivate people and everything. But I wouldn't call it fun. And I know Steve Jobs really liked iterating the computer, and you really liked inspiring entrepreneurs and learning the entrepreneur coaching business. But how much did you really like and have fun at the biotech software company with your partners?
Yeah, it's a great question. I love what I do now a lot more than I did then.
Like 90% more?
Oh yeah, easily. I mean,
okay.
I love the.
So it's a matter of like fake it till you make it and really grind through. I mean, do what you have to do to get the money, to get the respect, to learn everything till you can do what you love to do.
I wouldn't say that. I just didn't know any better. Like if I was starting brand new from scratch, I would immediately start chasing down something that I love doing because we would have gotten there faster.
You'd be doing this without the biotech experience. Like you would have found a way to earn enough money to start building your channel, etc.
I would have done it. Like if I had to go back and do, if you took everything away, I had no money, I had no team, I had no name recognition, like nobody knew who I was. I would just start up. I'd be doing what I'm doing now, just smaller.
Right.
I'd take my phone out and be doing Instagram Live and doing YouTube videos, and because that's what I actually love doing. I enjoyed a lot of the first business that I was in. I loved working with my partners.
Or you would have got money. You would have got funding. Or both.
Yeah, we were close to getting funded. We just sold before we closed the deal.
I meant like you said that if that had never happened, because I don't like what you say. I don't listen to what you say. I don't respect you for the biotech stuff. Is what I meant to say. I don't like you because of your success at the biotech. I don't respect you because of your selling your company with your partners and stuff. I just like Evan and believe and everything because of this. And so you would have, been a success to some degree because you love doing it. what I'm saying is, if you love doing it and you're starting small and you're just doing Instagrams like some of your students are and stuff, you might have decided to try and go for funding.
Possibly. Having gone through the funding part, like knowing what funding entails, now that I'm on the other side of it.
It's debt.
Well, it's debt or equity. I'm pretty risk averse, so I've never taken a loan in my life. I've never sold shares in my business in my life. I had partners, I guess, in my first business, but I've never like sold to another investor. And I like that. I mean, I would much rather take on debt than equity, but even if now, I think the biggest thing is if you said, hey, Evan, I'm going to give you $1 million to put into your business, or I'm going to put $100 million into your business, great. I wouldn't know what to do with it. The access to the money is not the problem. It's what's the idea that's the problem. It's easy to go and blow $100 million or $1 million or $100,000, whatever, on something and not get a return. And
it happens, yeah.
I would much.
I've never thought seriously about it or pursued it. I mean, there's different kinds of entrepreneurs, the kinds that want to get rich quick, the kinds that want the respect. There's different reasons for getting into it. Basically, I'm like a creation type person, and a lifestyle, enjoy it type person.
Well,
but we're getting into the meat of what I was hoping our Instagram would be, which is, listening to you, and what, you were talking about, which is, just being risk averse and just enjoying it and going for it. Cause I wanted you to talk about like, what are these, as you call them, interviews usually like, and, what value do you think you're bringing to most people, like during this? I mean, is this generally what the Instagrams are like, or what's the typical experience where people are one-on-one with you getting inspired? What are most of these like?
It's whatever people want, right? I mean, I show up and I try to serve, so people come with different questions, and I just try to help. So I have no agenda. I'm not trying to sell anybody or anything. It's you come with, hey, I would love feedback on this idea or belief or motivation, or I want to know your
so they're all
story,
different.
Yeah. I
mean, I'm talking to you as somebody who basically, I know you didn't, but I'm looking at you as somebody with just, the entrepreneur DNA, somebody who's, got the idea, got the energy, and all the inspiration that goes along with it. I guess if you could talk about, like, I guess the core, because I know you get a lot of energy from just seeing the likes, like, right? You get 125,000 people looking at your videos. That you're helping people, right?
Yeah, I prefer the one-on-ones. Like, I like this, or I like seeing Suki here.
Well, that's what I was.
It's hard to.
That's what I was going to get at. Like, let's say you've got a core of customers. So you've got the people who are just hitting the like button, and then you've got people who comment, and people who buy stuff, and people who show up, and of that core, if you could talk about it, like, how much do we actually have stuff going on? Like, how much are we actually believing in real stuff that's of value to people?
So what I want to do is have an impact on the world, right? I have a big mission. I think a lot of people who watch my stuff have a big mission. You want to change lives. I want to solve the world's biggest problem. I want to hit everybody. It's never going to happen, and yet I wake up every day trying to make that happen. At the same time, it's hard to compute. Like, the idea that 300 and something million people have seen my videos, I don't know what that means. I don't. Great, that's almost everybody in the U.S., right? I mean, what does that mean? It's hard. I can't process that. And so But you feel good about it. Tell me you feel good about it, and you're helping people with that. I feel great about the comments that come in. Right? So you coming on and saying, hey, I've been a big fan of your stuff and it's really helped me in my business, that feels really great. And knowing that there's a guy named John in Portland, Oregon, who's like taking my content and when I'm making my videos, I'm always thinking about somebody. So when I'm making my next video, maybe I'm thinking about John and the impact that my videos have had on him, right? And so, you know,
that's awesome. That's my favorite part so far. That's like knowing that a musician is writing about a girl, and you know the girl's the only one that knows it or something. You know.
But that's what I try to do, because it's I'm just talking to the camera. Like even here, I'm just here in my place, you know, in quarantine, here in my place, and just talking into a camera, right? And it's great that I can see you on the other side, and I can see the comments of people coming in. But when I'm making YouTube videos, there's no other side. I'm just talking to.
So how much of your core, you know, I don't want you to give me any numbers, but how much of your core do you think are actually, you know, really energized and believing and, you know, having value and putting it out there and have a chance to succeed? Like, you know, you've got this big, broad audience of 300 million, you know, what percent of that is really, you know, onto it?
Well, you know, we've got 2 million subscribers. So those are people who signed up and said, I want to watch the content and more than just kind of watch one video. But what I really try to be is a place where if you need more belief, I'm here for you. And so some people, they need it every day. Like me, I need it every day, and I'm watching my videos for myself. I'm creating for myself, and then get to share it with other people, which is a blessing. And some people, maybe they're on for a month, and then they got what they needed, and then they're off crushing it. But then they hit a slump, and they come back. So my goal is to just always be there when you need it, and I'm trying to hit people in different ways. So I have my YouTube videos for visual people. I got my book that just came out on Tuesday for people who love to read. I made an audio version of it if you love hearing stuff. On my Instagram, I post cartoons of me doing stuff. It's like no matter how you learn and how you get the message, I'm trying to hit you in as many ways as possible to try to seek that belief in yourself so that you can go off and accomplish amazing things.
I mean, because isn't it like being a parent to some degree, being a coach? Because I'm wondering what it's going to be like being a coach. You know, I've got one person, shout out to Hugh, that's, you know, starting to be the coaching thing, and I'm thinking it out ahead of time. But isn't it like being a parent, and don't you want your kids to be happy and successful, contribute to society with their one word and their
yeah, I mean, I see so many people who then share their dreams, and you know, we're fortunate. I think with everything that I've done with my content, it's always first off positive, right? It's never slamming anybody. There's no negativity. And so as a result, we've attracted a lot of really positive, optimistic, ambitious people. And so if you're really negative and toxic, you're not going to stick in my community, because you're not going to get satisfaction, because people aren't going to fight with you. And so in developing and cultivating this audience, I learn about what people's businesses are and what their ambitions are and what they want to try to do. And the number of purpose-driven people who are part of my community because of all the work that I put in is amazing. And learning about what they want to do, I want them to win, right?
All right.
And again, I'm thinking about
awesome.
that in my videos.
And these people that are commenting down at the bottom, they're actually watching us right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is my first Instagram.
There you go.
We got a couple minutes left. I'm involved in the startup community. It seems to me the number one thing missing is a mentor, like on a almost every other day basis, to help somebody get all the tools ready. Like, I don't think people are born at the age of 18 or 22 knowing how to optimize their smartphone and be comfortable with this digital age and Google Apps and Google Drive and you know, Instagram Live and all this stuff. How much do you think people are challenged by you know, just all of the nuts and bolts of starting a business?
I think people
like this?
I think people honestly blame it too much on not having a mentor or not having the resources or not having the right parents or education, it's never been easier to start a business. Never been easier.
Right. Yeah, there's so much value with YouTube and everything. Yeah.
If you think, like, however old you are, and you and like everybody watching, if you think about your parents at your age, the opportunities you have compared to your parents, like the idea that you, John, could go and start 7 businesses, like your parents at your age would think you're nuts. They're sitting.
So you're the no excuses guy. Like it's hard to learn all the stuff on the computer and the phone and everything and the new apps and platform and everything. You have to learn everything. Just no excuses. Just go for it, right?
Well, you didn't know how to plant trees before you started. You didn't know how to do your landscaping before you started. You didn't know how to drive.
That's where we started. That's where we started this idea. Yeah.
You just started.
Okay.
And so I think it's.
And that's what believe is too. It's always something new.
Just the hope that it's possible. Like wherever you're from, whatever circumstances you come from, there's somebody who came from it worse, who's gone on and done something amazing. And if they could do it,
great. Why
can't you?
Great. That's a great answer. So we're over time now. It's basically itlandscapes.com. It's a business model where we use the customer's tools for the landscaping. So we don't show up in a truck with mowers and blowers and stuff. We just use the customer's tools. We leave the yard debris there. And then we're able to charge less because we have that business model. And you should go for it. So it's worked for 3 years, and I'm gonna take your inspiration and grow my 7 businesses. The IT brand.
The IT brand. Cool, John. Thanks for the love, man.
All right, thank you, Evan. Have fun.
All right, we made it happen. Awesome. I love it. First Instagram Live. Okay, I'm gonna stick around for a couple more minutes, answer some more questions from people in the chat. So if you got some questions, pop it in there, and I'll do my best to be able to kind of give you some wisdom here on a Friday afternoon. Hopefully you guys are crushing your goals. What do we got? Yoga, Pilates, anywhere. Evan, faith for everybody. All right, I love it. 11 Degrees Life, massive action to cure all. You got it. Dog eats pizza. Look at that. Machine guns versus bows and arrows. Okay, I don't know what the context is there, but amazing. 11 Degrees Life. How do I share my YouTube videos to my Instagram? I would take clips. I mean, I don't do this. I don't try to move people from Instagram to YouTube because typically they don't watch, right? When somebody's in Instagram mode, you're rapid consumption. You're not sitting there ready to watch a giant video. And so taking people off platform to another one generally does not work. And I mean, I've seen the stats. If people coming from Instagram to YouTube, the views on it suck. So I don't do it, but if you wanted to, what I would do is take highlights from the videos, right? So you take a clip, your 15-second or 30-second or 45-second, the best parts of your videos, and then you put that into a story that then people can click through and go and watch. Shanaka Dupree. Wow, I hope I probably butchered your name. I apologize. How do I trust an illustrator online? Blessings. You just start. I just love working on a project. So so when I post to Upwork is where I find a lot of people for my business. I'll lead with the value first. I have a video you should watch on my YouTube channel. It's old. I might redo it, but a lot of it's still relevant. Called The Hiring Process is Broken. Just go search that video, to be honest. But it's like 12 minutes or 15 minutes, and it breaks down everything, my entire process that I still use now. So it's called The Hiring Process is Broken. The thumbnail, I think, is like a broken egg, and that will break down the process for you. How to post an ad, how to get the right people, how to get people you can trust and start working on projects. Be super beneficial. One day you met with Sadhguru. It is my guru too. I have to fly to meet you in Canada and learn and fly to India. Yeah, Sadhguru was awesome. He came to Toronto. We did a video on him. I forget when our first video was on Sadhguru was. And then his team reached out to me and they said he's coming to Toronto. He had a one-day Mystic Eye event. and he invited me, and super gracious host, and put me and my wife in the front row, and then wanted to do a one-on-one interview. But then the next day, he only had an hour basically before flying out of Toronto to go to New York, and he chose to spend that hour with me doing an interview before he flew off. And so it was a pretty cold March morning here in Toronto, Canada, and had a great interview. The interview is still up on my channel. I want to say it's like 20 minutes long or something. And yeah, lots of fun. Then he invited me to his event in Philadelphia, and we kept in touch and tried to be a supporter of his work. I think what he's doing is great. I love being able to show different sides of things. So he brings a more spiritual side compared to just a hardcore entrepreneur side. And I think it's awesome to have. Bex Mallorca. Hey, what are you doing today, Evan? Today's my CEO day. So today's been working on big things to grow my business. So what have I been doing? I don't know. It's been a blur. I don't really look backwards, but we're working on my new Instagram content, my new YouTube content, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I have no idea, but fun. It's been fun. I can't believe it's already 4:30 here. Like, what happened to today? It's crazy. Yoga, Pilates, Anywhere. What's the name of your book? The new one is called Built to Serve. The idea is that you're built to serve. If you're not happy, it's because you're not serving. Either serving the world, like probably lots of you want to serve the world, have a big impact, or serving the 25 closest people to you. Hoop Loud in the house. Are you familiar with guerrilla marketing? Yes. Do you have any advice for me with my mascot when all basketball games have been canceled? I would be looking at where people are hanging out and creating content. So in the business world right now, Instagram is crazy. It's crazy. The number of people doing Instagram lives is nuts. It's insane. Simon Sinek just went live before this. Zuckerberg went live. Kevin Hart went live. Like, everybody's going live. There's 20 lives a day happening. So to get in front of people is so much easier. To learn from them, to ask questions is so much easier. When this was not happening before quarantine, before Corona, everybody's going on. So I would look at what are basketball teams doing? What are basketball players doing? I'm not as, I don't really follow basketball players. I don't follow basketball, the sport, that much, even though I'm from Toronto and we won the championship. But Serge Ibaka, I know, for example, is making a lot of noise here in Toronto. He's one of our players, and he's been posting his just fun routines and workouts and what he's doing from his home. I'd be trying to have something fun. Like, I would try to get on a fun Instagram live with one of these basketball players. They've got nothing to do, right? They're sitting at home with nothing to do. One of the guys on the Toronto Raptors went to a local grocery store and got flamed hard. Like, you are not allowed to leave your house. You can't go to a grocery store, right? They're in lockdown. So what are they doing? They're playing video games. They're going online. They're doing Instagram lives. They're working out, but they're bored, right? Do something fun. This is your chance to get in front of people and do something fun. And again, I don't have super deep context on what's happening across most of the NBA or even college, but everybody's off. Everybody's at home. Everybody's going to Instagram, just consuming content. You need to. This is your chance to start creating some really fun content. You're the crazy giraffe guy who's showing up on. I would follow every NBA player, every college player, every college coach, every agent. Like, make a giant list on Instagram of like 5,000 people. I don't know how many people, how many players are there? Tons, right? And then just be doing Instagram lives with them all day as a crazy giraffe guy. Just start making waves. Be healthy, be happy. I love it. How do you get your energy back from a mood swing? Music is the fastest way to change your state. Put on a song that, even today, like I'm this morning I woke up and my overseas team had me. I had 3 different fires I had to put out. Important fires, right? Like, important things that had to get done as soon as I woke up. So it was 6 a.m. I'm just waking up. I'm starting my day. I start doing my routine, and then I blinking messages, right? Fire, 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 fire. Like, okay, great. This is not how I usually start my day, because I mostly have a no crisis business, but sometimes it happens. And so you put on music, right? You put on music that makes you move, that makes you have fun, that makes you, it's the fastest way to change your state. And I have a playlist on my channel called the Believe playlist. It's #Believe. Those are the songs that I'm listening to. You may love those. You may hate those. It doesn't matter. But find songs. If a song came on, wherever you are right now, if you're sitting down right now, there are some songs that if they came on, you would have to get up and dance. You may not be doing big dancing, but you would be moving. Or if you're sitting down, you'd be doing this automatically without you even thinking, right? Automatically. That's what you want to put on when you're feeling low, because it's going to start moving you. It's going to start moving your body. You're going to start feeling better. And when you feel better, when you have more energy, when you're more optimistic, more happy, more positive, you're better able to handle the problems that are coming up, right? You're better able to handle those issues that are in your business or in your personal life. Thank you, Evan. You're welcome. Is it cold right now in Canada? Today is insanely hot. It's amazing. I mean, hot. It's high of 14 or 16 degrees. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit, but very warm, like spring, almost getting into early summer warm today. But tomorrow's going to be freezing again below. That was my wife. She came in and she always wants to promote the book. There it is, Built to Serve. Is this a signed copy? Oh, it is. It's one of the signed copies. Look at that. Built to Serve. There you go, guys. Amazing. Anyway, Exqueous by Nicky Jam. Did I pronounce that right? Exqueous? Anyway, I don't know that song, but awesome, right? Like whatever the song is for you, put that thing on and move. In 60 seconds of that song being on, you're going to be a different person, right? It's crazy. You can go from being super low energy, not motivated, angry that it's cloudy and you have fires to put out, and then you put on that song and 60 seconds later, you're already feeling better and moving. That's what I try to do every day. I put on a song to celebrate because it just puts you in a better mood. Even if you're not feeling really low, just to start your day. 60 degrees is a lot. Is that what it is? Is 14 degrees Celsius 60 degrees Fahrenheit? Yeah, so it's pretty hot. For Canada, for Toronto right now in March, that's very warm. Thank you for the lives. Awesome. Trying. Appreciate you. It's fun. I love doing this stuff. How's the coronavirus going in Canada? It's here. It doesn't impact me, honestly, that much. Like being in lockdown, I'm pretty much in lockdown anyway, right? Like,
I'm stressing out.
You're stressing out? Why? Are you really stressing out? You're not happy, but what do you want to do that you can't do? You want to go out more and do what? Yeah, like, okay, so Saturday's usually our day when we'll go out and do stuff, and there's nothing happening, right? There's no events. Restaurants are closed, doing takeout only. A whole bunch of everything's closed, right? People are just staying home. So that sucks that we can't go off and do something and have fun together. But apart from that, 6 out of the 7 days a week, normally for me, I'm just with my wife. That's it. Like, I'm introverted. This is easy for me. This is default awesome mode for me, right? The only thing that's different in my life is I'm not traveling, right? I had a bunch of travel and speaking stuff canceled because nobody's running events and all that stuff. The border's closed. I can't even get across. That's fine. That makes sense. So that part I miss in terms of being able to go and connect with you guys and speak on stage and do Q&A and meet people. And after I speak, it ends up being a 4 or 5 hour Q&A in the hallway afterwards. That's my favorite part. So I miss that part of it. But otherwise, this is easy. I mean, I think if you need to be around people and you're extroverted and you hate being at home, then that would be really hard. But it almost feels like nothing's happening. Like it just feels normal, pretty much, almost normal. Anyway, everything is closed, right? Everything's pretty closed. Yeah, I mean, I have to close. My salsa business, right? I run Toronto Dance Salsa. It's the largest salsa dancing school, maybe in North America, but in Canada for sure. That business is closed, right? We can't have salsa classes. So, that's now losing money. I'm not really in day-to-day operations of it, so I'm not as living, breathing, oh my God, this is crazy. But I'm mentoring Alex, who runs it, and now it's okay. So what are we doing? We're not just sitting at home doing nothing. We're filming videos so that we have videos of our classes. We're recruiting new instructors to come and join the business. We're recording ads for our marketing that we can send out. Right? It's like this is what leaders do. This is what successful people do. Is when life throws you a curveball, and it's always going to happen, you hustle while you wait. There's a lot of waiting that happens in business. Great. What are you doing while you're waiting? You're hustling. So you do what you can with what you've got. So default's like, I'm gonna work hard. Everybody else is slacking off around and watching Netflix, and great. This is your chance to work on your dreams. If you've got a job and now you're working from home, and working from home is not really hustling hard from home, when you save on the commute, and you save on the lunch hour, you save on all the chit chat in the office, and now you magically have an extra 3 or 4 hours a day or more. What are you doing with that time? However long you're in lockdown, this 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, this is your chance to actually build something amazing for yourself, right? My business doesn't change that much, apart from I can't do speaking gigs. I'm actually supposed to be in book launch mode now, right? Like, I'm supposed to be flying places, doing podcasts, sitting in on people's shows. It's supposed to be insanely crazy hectic for me. And now all of a sudden I have all this open time in my calendar. It's like, this is amazing. Let's make more videos. Let's fix our content. Let's grow the team, right? Like, what's the next step to help build the business, right? Because I can't do as much talking about the book. Your salsa instructor you interviewed is so cute in Toronto. All right. You can let them know that. Antonio, LOL, whistle while you work, hustle while you wait. Is that how it goes? I know whistle while you work, and I know hustle while you wait. I didn't know that those were combined. But I like it. Yeah, there's so much waiting in entrepreneurship, right? There's so much waiting for a customer to get back to you. There's so much waiting for something to happen. There's so much waiting. What do you do in that waiting? You're working, you're hustling on something else, right? That's what makes successful entrepreneurs. The people who just sit there waiting and just checking their Facebook feed or Instagram feed or watching videos or something, right? Those aren't the ones who win. You hustle while you wait. Brazil here, congratulations. Welcome, Chris. Appreciate the love. I just combined them. Hey, listen, I like it. I like it, Antonio. I did an interview yesterday with James Altucher. I don't know if you guys know him. Sold a whole bunch of books, and he's got a new book coming out. And what he calls it is idea sex. And I've never heard of that before. I like it. So you just did idea sex. You just took two different ideas and smushed them together, and they had a baby, and that's what came out. I like it. Buy a book. You can buy the book if you want. If you want, you can get it Amazon. You can pick up the regular copy. You can buy the ebook. You can get the audiobook. If you want one of the signed copies, you can only get it from my website. It comes with a bunch of bonuses. So either one, whatever fits. But most important is that you read it, you apply it, because it's at least in my view, a pretty life-changing book. Timo wants to come up. You want to come up, Timo? You want to come up? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Huh? This is Timo. He's a sheepoo. What else? Oops, are you messing up the microphone, Timo? Let's try to get a couple more. I love the fact that we truly do have some individuals out here that's truly motivating and inspirational. Thank you for the information. Awesome. Thank you. I mean, trying, right? And you go be one too now, right? I mean, there's nothing stopping you from helping people as well who are a little bit further behind than you. You might feel like you're just getting started and you don't have everything that you need, but there's people who are worse off than you who would see you as a source of hope and inspiration, right? So go now be that for other people. Why is your book worth it? I'm not really in kind of pitch mode, but if you feel like you've got something more to prove, if you feel like you know you're capable of more, that you could be great at something and what you're doing right now is not where you know you should be, the book will help give you clarity and then give you a roadmap to actually start then, one, finding that clarity, and then two, being able to turn it into a business that you can start making money at. So it doesn't just be this thing that you love doing on the evenings and weekends. You actually can do it full time, make money, hire a team, and help a lot more people. Hoop Lauda, back. How do you think about me being at a busy intersection like a panhandling, holding up a funny or call to action sign? I think you get backlash. Like I wouldn't do anything PR wise. I wouldn't do anything that is touching strangers, right? Like if you're at a street corner, it's not going to be that busy. First of all, right? I mean, I don't know where you are, but I'm here in Toronto, and our busy intersections are not that busy anymore. Subways are totally dead and empty. So it's going to be hard to find a busy intersection. But two, you know, touching people, and the timing doesn't feel right. You should do what I said. You should. If I'm you, that's what I do. I'm on Instagram all day long, finding basketball players who are going live and asking to join in and be live with them. And the NBA guys will be harder to get, but the college guys don't have, well, some of them have big followings, but a lot of them don't have big followings. You might be the only person watching. And then you start building up all this content of you talking to these sophomore and freshman basketball players and have them do something fun with you, like jumping jacks with the giraffe or something. Just some fun challenge, because they're bored. They're sitting there at home bored. That's what I would do if I was you right now. Is your book like a roadmap to success? Who is it dedicated to? Which market pain does it serve specifically? It helps you, one, identify that you are built to serve, right? It's called built to serve because humans are built to serve. That if you're not happy, it's because you're not serving. Either serving the world or serving the 25 closest people to you. But if you're not happy, it's because you're not, he's licking my hand, because you're not serving others, right? So then how do you serve? Who do you serve? It's helping you figure out your core value, helping you understand that your purpose comes from your pain, and then helping you understand that the path that you took to get out is something that is teachable to other people and you can do. And then how to turn it into a business. So for anybody who feels like they're not serving enough, they know they're capable of more, they are purpose driven, they're trying to tap into it, they want to be able to build a business that helps people and that makes money, then it's a good book. And worst case, it's a $27 investment, right? You get the ebook if you want for, I don't know, $10. I don't know how much ebook is going for, right? Just go to the library, maybe get one. I don't know. It's a pretty low risk. Michael, side note, might have been a good thing the whole U.S. trip was canceled. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I'm supposed to be on my tour right now. I would be in Baltimore or something right now. I was supposed to do 90 days across the U.S. So I'm supposed to be in Baltimore right now on my tour. We would have had to cancel it. And the border is closed, so we'd be stuck in Baltimore or New York or Boston or somewhere along the way back home. So, yeah, pretty grateful that the tour didn't happen, right? I get to be at home and crush my work. Gerard, Evan, fire. Wow, appreciate the love. Gerard, thank you for the love, man. Laura 7, Vision, Mission. Great title. I get the greatest joy helping others. Well done, Evan. Who is your favorite leader? Favorite leader? I mean, I default to thinking, oh, you're okay. I default to thinking my parents, because the leadership is for themselves and self-leadership, but then also kind of leading the family. And they taught me belief. They taught me, I remember because Carmichael, I could do anything that I believe that I can. And so they're my favorite role models. They didn't teach me much about business per se, but I can learn that from a lot of different people. All the people I've featured on my channel, I've learned something from. So that's what I would say. Michael, all the events would have been forced to shut down. You might have been held up in a hotel for months. Yeah, I mean, they would have all been canceled. Whatever, like hotel costs and renting venues and all that stuff. It's just, wow, what a logistical nightmare that we dodged, fortunately. So, yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, man, we should still be on tour. We should be in Baltimore or Washington or something right now. Grateful that we didn't waste all that time and money. But you know what? Even if we did, we would have made the best of it. Like, here we are in Washington. Let's go. Who wants to meet up? Who wants to make content? You know, it's like always making the best of every situation. After you get your book published, how do you go about getting into an audio book and ebook? So the publisher takes care of it is the short answer. So the ebook and the main book is usually through the same publisher. The audio book is often with a different publisher. So I'm with Savio Republic for my book and an ebook, and the audio book is with Brilliance. So there's usually a separate deal for the audiobook that then you go in and record, and the distribution model is a little different because it can't go in stores, but it still also goes to Amazon. So I don't know the logistics of how do you get an audiobook featured on Amazon. I'm sure you could do it yourself if you needed to, but the publisher kind of takes care of all that kind of stuff. Nice, great answer. All right, glad I helped. Hope all is well with you. Appreciate you. What is the best piece of advice? What is the best piece of advice? Yoi ka. Okay. What's the end? What's the end of it? LOL. Yeah, Michael. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, guys. I'm gonna get back to work. Oh, Timo got all excited. I'm gonna get back to work. Got some more content to create. Stay tuned on the YouTube channel. We're gonna launch a couple of entrepreneur takes on the coronavirus. First one comes up tonight, and we'll do a couple more over the coming days of what entrepreneurs are saying, successful entrepreneurs, your heroes we look up to, how they're handling it, what they're saying, their takes to try to ease some of the anxiety and also give you, hope, motivation, inspiration, ideas, tactics, strategies on how you can use this time right now to build your business. So it's a test tonight. Hopefully you guys like it. Stay tuned. Timo wants to get down. Thank you, guys. I'll go live again either on the weekend or Monday. Continue to believe. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you soon.